It's just a very, very large concentration camp. Maybe not a concentration. It's a very, yeah, it is. It is. It is a concentration camp. Oh, good. More war stuff. Here we go. Palestinians flee northern Gaza after Israel orders 1 million to evacuate as ground attack looms. So what's going to happen here? The people with the bombs have said, you 1 million people, which is, I think, half their population, need to leave this area because we're going to bomb it. It's incredibly difficult to move 1 million people. Those 1 million people who can't leave or don't leave are going to die in a bombing raid. The Israelis will then come in with their ground troops and take all that land. So if you die, they'll take your land. If you leave, they'll take your land, and they will not give it back. They are going to expand their borders. Israel is going to expand their borders, expand their area of ownership. They're going to expand their sphere of influence until there is no more Palestine. That's called ethnic cleansing. That's what they're doing. Palestinians fled in a mass exodus Friday from northern Gaza after Israel's military told 1 million people to evacuate from the southern part of the besieged territory ahead of an expected ground invasion in retaliation for the surprise attack by the ruling Hamas militant group. The UN warned that evacuating almost half of the crowded Gaza population would be calamitous, and it urged Israel to reverse the unprecedented directive. As airstrikes hammered the territory throughout the day, families in cars, trucks, and donkey carts packed with possessions streamed down the road out of Gaza City. Hamas told people to ignore the evacuation order, and families in Gaza faced what they saw was a no-win decision to leave or stay. With no safe ground anywhere, hospital staff said they couldn't abandon patients. Israel is going to bomb hospitals filled with nurses who won't abandon their patients. I put out a video earlier this morning. It's a bad guy fight. Both sides are bad. Both sides are wrong. In the 1940s, the Jewish people in that part of the world used British guns and American backing to do an ethnic cleansing. They pushed all those Palestinian people off of their land, and then the Palestinian people were ethnically cleansed, then put under apartheid. You've been ethnically cleansed, and you're under apartheid, and you're forced to live within a very small border, and the Israeli people control the water, control the electricity, control the food, control the aid, control what comes in and out of that place. It's a prison. It's just a very, very large concentration camp. Maybe not a concentration. It's a very, yeah, it is. It is. It is a concentration camp. It is a very large concentration camp. When the people in there don't like what's happening, what do? Can they use their free speech to protest it? No, they don't have free speech. They cannot protest. They do not have a First Amendment allowing them to peacefully discuss the ideas of what's going to happen to them. They do not have the freedom to fix their own system. They do not have the freedom to change what's happening around them. They don't. They're not allowed to. And if they try to speak, they get shut down. If they try to protest, they get shut down, sometimes violently. If they try to fight, they get shot and killed. And this is what's happening. If you don't have a route for diplomacy, violence will occur. What do we do with that violence? Well, Israel says we will end that violence by ending these people. So they will end these people. That's what's going to happen. Palestinians are going to be extinct soon, because those 1 million are going to have to move and be in a smaller, they're going to shrink. They have this much space right now, and they're going to have this much space. And then this much space is going to be the current concentration camp. And then they're going to fight, and then they're going to start throwing more missiles out, and then they're going to have this much space, and then they're going to have this, and then they're going to be gone. The Israeli plan of extermination of these people will be complete. There will be no more war, and the war will have ended, because they will have killed all of the Palestinians. They will all be dead. Forget about food, forget about electricity, forget about fuel. The only concern now is if you'll make it, and if you're going to live. They're going to bomb this place. Get out of the place. And then they're going to take that place and keep it forever. And if you don't like it, they will violently harm you. The UN said that the Israeli military call for civilians to move south affects 1.1 million people. If carried out, that would mean the territory's entire population would have to cram into the southern half of the 40 kilometers, 25-mile strip. So half of your people have to move into the other half of the country, doubling your population density, But a lot of them aren't going to go because they're going to die on the trip, or they're going to die in the bombing, and they're not going to make it in time. Oh, hi. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button, press the subscribe button. If you want to tell me how right I am, feel free to leave a comment. If you want to tell me how wrong I am, leave a comment too. That's good. Um, this is just kind of a hobby for me, so I appreciate you coming by, giving it a watch, and pressing the YouTube buttons. Thanks.